First Take bids farewell to Max Kellerman on his final show. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Earlier this week, ESPN announced Kellerman would replace Zubin Mehndi as morning host alongside Keyshawn Johnson and Jason Williams to go along with his normal radio duties as host of the Max Kellerman Show. Moreover, the network hinted that Kellerman would have his TV show, although it is unclear what the plans are or when it will debut. Kellerman's absence will change First Take forever. It takes a special skill, not easy to replace, to allow Stephen A. Smith to monologue in silence and respond without missing a beat with a quick response. Kellerman's role as a manager was the subject of a whole article of the big leads. First Take and Kellerman have to think about the future. As of now, we don't know how ESPN plans to fill Kellerman's chair or whether it will be a single person or a collective. The property of four-letter networks is important. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. The days of Max Kellerman's First Take are over. For the past 5 years, Stephen A. has entertained and argued with me. It was Kellerman's last day on the debate show today. In honor of his longtime studio partner, Smith gave a nice farewell speech via call-in during the show today. According to the Post's Andrew Marchand, Smith strongly urged ESPN executives to get Kellerman off the show because the two did not get along. Widely considered to be ESPN's face, all things must come to an end and thus my time on First Take is over, Kellerman said after Wednesday's show. It was announced last month that Kellerman would be working on other shows with the network in the future. During Kellerman's final appearance as a co-host, Smith and Kellerman didn't discuss their separation. Smith called into the show Wednesday after being off the air as he recovered from sleep apnea surgery. In return, Smith apologized for not being able to thank him face-to-face for everything he has done for the show. As always, you'll do big things. You'll do big things as usual. As Kellerman will host an afternoon TV show on the network and move to mornings on ESPN Radio, he praised Smith's outsized influence on the show's evolution. Magic Johnson and Stephen A. Smith are interested in creating a dream team for ESPN. I am Stephen A. After Skip Bayless left the show, Kellerman, a Bronx native who's been broadcasting boxing for several years, had many say about who would be his partner. I am grateful for the opportunity and would not trade the last 5 years for anything in the world. He tried in March to convince ESPN to bring back Bayless, but Bayless signed a new 4-year, $32 million contract with Fox Sports in March. American sports television personality and boxing commentator Max Kellerman, born August 6, 1973. Currently, Max Kellerman is the host of Fox Sports. This just in, he hosted the ESPN talk show First Talk alongside Stephen A. Smith and Molly Curran. Previously, he and Marcellus Wiley hosted the sports radio talk show Max and Marcellus on ESPN LA. Since 2002, Kellerman has hosted ESPN's Around the Horn panel talk show. Since 2013, he has co-hosted the sports comedy talk show Sports Nation with Michelle Beadle and Wiley. A color commentator for HBO World Championship Boxing and Boxing After Dark, he also worked as a studio commentator for Friday Night Fights with Brian Kenny. During his teenage years, Kellerman appeared on a cable TV program about professional boxing called Max on Boxing, broadcasted on New York City public access television. Considering the medium, the show was quite simple. Still, it attracted the attention of the boxing community, including a young Mike Tyson. As an analyst for ESPN's boxing show Friday Night Fights, Kellerman began his career after he graduated with a history degree from Columbia University in the late 1990s. He met future radio partner Brian Kenny. His first show opened in November 2002 when, influenced by the show Pardon the Interruption, he came up with the concept of Around the Horn for ESPN. Though the show was extremely popular, with ESPN and Kellerman were unable to reach an agreement. Kellerman left ESPN in early 2004 to host a show on Fox Sports Network called IMAX. Kellerman hosted One Night with Sid Rosenberg on WEPN 1050 ESPN Radio in New York City during the week of August 21, 2006. The announcement was made that Brandon Tierney would take over the time slot after 7 p.m., so Kellerman would have no time slot for some time. On October 23, 2006, Max took over ESPN's nationally syndicated Colin Cowherd show and began hosting the 10 a.m. to noon show on WEPN. The show now airs at 1 p.m., adding a third hour to Kellerman's schedule in September 2007. Brian Kenny, formerly of ESPN News and SportsCenter, joined the show 2 months later as a co-host. As of February 4, 2008, the show became part of the XM Radio on ESPN Extra. The program was renamed again to The Max Kellerman Show in 2008 when Kenny left the radio show to handle his duties at SportsCenter. And that's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.